He was born in a tiny village where electricity came for just a few hours a day, and clean water was a luxury. His name wasn't known, his family had no land, and school was a distant dream. At the age of 10, he started working, not for pocket money, but to survive. He sold vegetables on the roadside with his mother, walked barefoot in the heat, and ate one full meal a day when they could afford it. His father was a laborer who believed in honesty, but life never gave him a chance to rise. One day, the boy saw his father cry quietly after being cheated out of his daily wages. That moment burned in the boy's heart, not as a wound, but as a promise. He decided then, I'll change everything. I don't know how, but I will. At 14, he started working at a tea stall near a railway station. He watched people talk about business, money, and power. He listened, learned, and one day started buying old newspapers and plastic bottles to sell to recycling shops. It wasn't much, but he saved every rupee. No celebrations, no waste, just silent saving and quiet learning. By 18, he had saved enough to buy a second-hand bicycle and started a small delivery service. First letters, then groceries, and later supplies for local shops. He worked 18 hours a day. People laughed at him. He didn't care. While others slept, he studied business from old books he bought by weight from scrap markets. He read about Tata, Ambani, and Steve Jobs by candlelight, writing notes in a torn notebook. At 25, he launched a small trading company with just 5,000 rupees. His first office was a corner of his uncle's garage, but he understood people. He was honest, fast, and relentless. Within a year, he had over 100 regular customers. He reinvested every rupee back into the business, never showing off, never slowing down. 10 years later, that small trading company turned into a multi-million rupee import-export business. He started factories, employed the very people who once gave him leftover food, and built schools in villages like the one he grew up in. He never spoke much, never forgot his roots, and never stopped building. Today, people know his company. They see the big house, the expensive cars, the staff. But what they don't see is the boy who walked barefoot in the sun, whose fingers bled from lifting sacks, who drank water from broken taps, and who promised himself, one day I will rise so high that no child of poverty will feel powerless again. His name isn't in your textbooks. He's not on magazine covers. But he is one of the silent giants who prove that being poor is not a curse. Staying poor in the mind is. From barefoot to billionaire, from hunger to honor. This is the story of a man who built his life not on luck, but on fire.